Well, hello and welcome to the special breakaway Super Bowl special here at TBUSA HQ. I'm John Root. Brian Farnsworth, my God, you look dapper.
Yeah, I showed up to gamble today, so we're going to make some picks.
And then also, too, we will tell you a little disclaimer, bet responsibly, all right? And just like producer Angela always says, if you got some big wins, make sure it's going to the offering plate, and don't skip church in the morning because that is just a bad omen. All right, go to church in the morning, pray about some of these prop bets we're going to tell you about, and then go from there. You all right, Brian? We're just getting started. You're already laughing too much.
Oh, we give terrible advice, don't we?
Well, I think the crazy part about this is we're going to give you a little betting statistics. So we're being told that there's going to be a record almost 32 million people that are going to be betting on the Super Bowl.
And I'm one of them.
32 million. 32 million plan on betting. And the American Gambling Association, you know how much money they think is going to be bet?
Lay it on me.
7.6 billion, like Joey B, with a B, will be wagered on Sunday.
Hey, that's almost 10% of how much is being offered for crack pipes, right?
Yeah, you'll be able to afford those. And those are what? Those are free of charge now?
Free of charge.
Wow. Thanks, Byron. Appreciate it. I wonder who he's betting on.
I'm not going to say. But he's definitely going to bet on the team that I don't bet on.
He's probably going to say a team that's not even in the Super Bowl. Oh, Brian Flores' team still in there? It's like, no, he's nowhere to be found. But before we get into the Super Bowl stuff, I do want to touch on NFL honors.
Oh, yes.
Our guy, Aaron Rodgers, most valuable unvaccinated player and the MVP.
Which it shut me up because not many people remember this, but about 8 weeks ago, I said that, betting on Aaron Rodgers to win the MVP award was throwing money into the fire. I'm a big man. I'll tell you when I was wrong.
Brian lies to you every once in a while.
I was wrong. Absolutely wrong. And, that full corduroy suit that he was wearing, it looked like he was straight out of the set of, I don't know, Yellowstone or something.
Oh, yeah. He looked good. That greasy hair. My goodness. What a man. Also, too, I don't know if you saw a little bit. I came out with these MVVP T-shirts.
Love
Most valuable unvaccinated players. So you can check those out. Go to JohnnyRootsSwag.com. My God, what a website, right? I can't believe that wasn't taken
JohnnyRootsSwag.com. That's your domain name.
Yeah, I thought I'd start dressing the part, too. It's like, can't you feel that? But another person, so the man of the year was Andrew Whitworth. Walter Payton, comeback player of the year. Joe Burrow, did you see he left the trophy on the table?
That.
So he got comeback player of the year. He's like, so happy to get this. Blah, blah, blah. He was just hanging out in L.A.
Look.
And then he's just like, I'm just happy about Sunday. And he walks away and he leaves the comeback player of the year trophy on the table.
That's because he's not in it for comeback player of the year trophy. He's not Joey Cool for no reason. That's just a lawn ornament for that guy. He is trying to win a Super Bowl this weekend. He has his mind on one thing and one thing only, and that is popping out a victory cigar after beating the Los Angeles Rams.
Is that a bet? There's got to be a bet about that.
Well, it'd be minus 10,000 odds because we all know it's going to do. What you should be able to not is bet on if he's going to pop out a cigar after winning. It's what brand of cigar is he going to pop out after winning? Or how many inches long is the cigar?
Yeah, that's not a bad call. What a weird bet that would be. How many inches long is this thing going to be? I don't know. This is
time adult, to move on to another bet.
Doesn't need to be adult content. All right, so right now Rams are -4. They are the favorite. So we're going to go off FanDuel right now.
Yeah.
-4. The over/under is 48.5. And then also to remember the Bengals, as I would say here. Sports. 125-1 to go to the Super Bowl in the preseason. 2019, remember how many wins they had?
5?
2.
Oh, 2019, not 2020.
2019, and then last year they had 4.
4.
Now they're going to the Super Bowl.
That's the power of Joey B. Look, it's a have and have not league. You either have a franchise quarterback or you don't have a franchise quarterback. When you have one, you can go to the Super Bowl. That's why all these other bum organizations out there that can't ever figure out, Browns, how to get a franchise quarterback, you're never going to go anywhere. You need one. And the Cincinnati Bengals have it, and it's Joey Cool.
Well, sometimes when you get a franchise quarterback and you're a fan of a team that gets to the Super Bowl, you blow it. Shout out to the Falcons. Thanks for that. That was really, really fun. But we'll start out with this. Rams -4. I think I'm going to take Bengals at +4. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. Because I'm not going to give you my final score prediction, but I think it's going to be within there.
Yeah, I mean, if you know anything about me, John, and I like to think that you do.
Yeah, a little bit.
I've been riding the Bengals for a little while now. Love Joe Burrow.
You had them in your playoff bracket to go all the way, and we were calling this guy absolutely insane. I was like, man, they might win a couple games, but going all the way? No.
Yeah, no. So I've all playoff long. I even understood. I'm a real, I love my hometown teams. I love the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm a realist, and I am an honest man. And that's why I said Arizona Cardinals are not going far. And I picked the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow to go to the Super Bowl, not just go to the Super Bowl, but win the Super Bowl. And I'm going to continue to ride that high.
You think they're going to win it?
Absolutely. I understand why.
So you're just going to go straight Bengals money line. That's 100%. What we're talking about.
No spread. I don't need the spread. All in. Pushing my chips in the middle of the table.
All in, like we're talking about all in, like you're putting the house down.
Well, I mean, I'm going to bet on other props and whatnot.
Because we might have to talk to your brother about that next paycheck. So sorry, I put all this money on the Bengals. I felt them. So, and then can I get an advance on the next paycheck, Cheryl? This might be rough.
Look, you're a true degenerate when you're gambling your rent money. So, I'm not going to do that. I
think there's going to be a little home field advantage because this is the second Super Bowl in a row that the home team, like the team that's in that area, is hosting the Super Bowl. Last year we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now you got the Rams, who just won the NFC Championship game at their place. Rams house. Whose house? Rams house.
NFL scriptwriters are working overtime for this, It had, before last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it had never happened that the home, the where the Super Bowl was being played, that team had won it. Now we have a chance for back-to-back years? I don't know. Might put my tinfoil hat on for that one.
Yeah, and I think right now, too, we're in HQ, so we're going to start bringing some people on here. There's a lot of times you just hear from us. And obviously you love hearing from us, but we're going to bring in social media superstar, the social media guru, Brock Belcher, who is clearly a big Luka Doncic fan. He didn't hear that we had a Super Bowl special. This wasn't about basketball.
Did you know this was about football?
You guys were talking mad yesterday. Am I allowed to cuss?
Dude, I can't believe you jump on our show. Have you ever heard us cuss, Brock?
So I had to rep my guy, 51 points last night. So
career high, yeah. It's not as high as 70 points, but
all right, blah, 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 blah. What we want to hear from you, Brock Belcher, is who's going to be the Super Bowl MVP. All right?
Super Bowl
MVP. Right now. You want me to give you the favorites?
Yes.
So clearly the favorite right now is going to be Matt Stafford because the Rams are favored, and then the majority of the time I feel like there's going to be a little bit more of a favor with the quarterback of the team that's favored. The second best odds is Joey Burrow, and then you got Cooper Kupp, the Offensive Player of the Year. If you watched the NFL Honor Show the other day, you probably shouldn't have because it was another award show, and those are kind of garbage.
When's the last time a white guy's won NFL Super Bowl MVP besides Tom Brady?
Ooh, that's a very, very good question.
Julian Edelman?
Julian Edelman is actually the last
how about a non-Patriot? That was
non-Patriot. What, like white people on the Patriots?
Only white people play for the Patriots.
Yeah, because let's give you the last five. So Tom Brady won.
Besides Tom.
Yeah, other than Tom Brady, and then you got Patrick Mahomes, and then Julian Edelman.
So half of Patrick Mahomes.
Guess who was before that? Big Nick, and see, I can censor myself. Nick Foles from Philly. And then Tom Brady won before, and then guess who was before that?
Only white guys win Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, pretty much, just like NFL honors. they get all the big awards too.
Yeah, just turning back the clock. You're a big Cam Newton fan. Did Von Miller win Super Bowl MVP that year?
He did.
That's probably the last defensive player to win Super Bowl MVP.
I have a burning hatred for Von Miller. So if Von Miller somehow watches this,
Von Miller's current odds are plus 3,900.
Okay, so here's how it's going to go. Super Bowl is always wonky, right? Of course, I feel like quarterbacks win it every year. The Bengals offensive line is garbage. You're going to have to bleep that.
Definitely going to have
whoever
to bleep
did that.
Dude, I can't believe you roll on this show and he's got already just cussing twice. This guy's got absolutely no filter.
Aaron Donald is going to annihilate this game single-handedly.
I love that.
They're going to rush 4 the entire game. He's going to have 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and possibly a recovered touchdown. Because they're going to feast on Joe Burrow. But here I go. If it's not Aaron Donald, it will be somebody at a skills position that's not quarterback, like Cooper Kupp or a wide receiver. Jamar Chase. If the Bengals win it, which the Bengals, I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Rams are blowing them out.
Well, and so Aaron Donald is right now plus 1,400. So, I mean, if you feel really, really confident about that, you can win yourself some money.
Also, too, we got to remember, like, we're always going to go back to that Tennessee Titans versus Cincinnati Bengals game, that divisional round. He got sacked 9 times.
Yeah.
And then you're playing against one of the best defensive lines in football. Dude, if he gets it, because how many sacks did, let's see, Von Miller, he had 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 1 pass deflected.
Sackles.
Did I say sackles?
Did he have?
Sackles.
Did I say sackles? See, this is what happens when I have someone jump on a chair and start cussing all over the place.
Von Miller would get
So
sackles.
six sackles. You haven't heard about that? That's another prop bet. So it's a tackle and a sack. How many sackles? What's the over-under? 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 1 pass deflected.
Is that last week?
That was Von Miller I'm talking about when he won the MVP.
Oh, and he won the Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, I'm not going to in the house.
Back on Stephen Davis.
All right.
I'm not Joey Chestnut. What's going on here?
You take one. Wait, hold on.
All right.
All right. I know, Steven.
Can we get ketchup here? That's all we got is
dude, mustard only.
I know.
Mustard is
I know for a fact.
sauerkraut.
I know for a fact he didn't cook these because if he did, it would not be hot dogs. It would have been fried chicken.
This is very true. He has a point. Now I'm gonna need this, sir.
This guy
This is my
comes
shit.
in here cussing, and then he's saying some of the most racy stuff. My goodness.
Unhinged.
Dude, you got. Actually, can you take over? It's,
I will take. I will
It's your
take
it's your month. Tell him what you want to
It's
do.
your month. You can have my seat.
You
Sorry,
will
sir.
rise.
Yeah, get out of here,
Do
bro.
we
Yes,
really not have
indeed.
any ketchup at all? I have to eat this with
Bro,
just
why,
mustard.
why do you need ketchup?
Because mustard sucks.
No, mustard.
You're a terrible person. What is this guy talking about
Who
right
are
now?
these guests?
Who-
They come
where'd
in
you
here,
get
they
this guy
start
from?
cussing,
Well, I'm
they're
glad Steven
attacking
got
me.
the sunglasses memo.
See?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Thank
yes,
you.
indeed. Come prepared.
Thank you for
Cheers.
bringing food, but
what
I
I
would
do.
have liked some ketchup.
Now, Steven, you're from California, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, so you've got the Rams, but I don't know. Rams left you guys a long time ago. I don't know if you still love the Rams. What's your feeling on this weekend's game?
See, I'm more of an underdog kind of guy.
Okay.
So usually I would go for the Cincinnati. You know, usually I'll go for
The
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati?
But I am an LA guy. So I'm a little conflicted right now. I don't know. Maybe I will go for Cincinnati. I think I'll do that. Yeah.
Big
What
Joe
did
Burrow
people?
fan?
No,
I think
not at all. I want to see the underdog win.
the real question is, I think you were at Skid Row a couple days ago, right?
Indeed, I was.
Who are they putting their bets on?
Well, safe to say they do not care. Actually, they're not for LA too much, if you ask me, especially being relocated.
Raiders fans probably, huh?
Definitely Raiders
Yeah.
fans, old school. Which is actually,
Are they handing out like free bets in Skid Row? It's like, here's your crack pipe. Also, here's about $50 to FanDuel. For some reason, this guy's got an iPhone, so throw 50 bucks.
get
down
put
the
a little money on this card, on this phone there. It's unbelievable. It is absolutely clean in LA right now. The pathway from the airport all the way to the stadium, it is free and clear.
First time in decades.
First time in decades, indeed. And it's actually interesting to hear the different opinions from the people there. Unbelievable. Good
Nope.
time.
You're a California boy.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to hear right now is there's fun prop bets. Also, we're going to be speaking with food in our mouth a lot this show, I guess. Halftime show. You got Dr. Dre, Eminem,
Wow.
Mary J. Blige,
Wow.
and more. One of the best prop bets that I've seen is a couple things. What's going to be the first song that's sung at the halftime show?
California love.
So you think California?
California.
Because right now,
Knows how to party.
California knows how to party. Yeah.
Gavin Newsom, I freaking hate you. Governor Newsom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's do it.
501c3. Plus 200 odds that California Love will be the first song sung on stage at the halftime show. which makes sense. But what I want to know is, like, do they come out hot right away?
You have to.
Yeah, dude, you gotta get the crowd pumped.
Yes, indeed. Guns a blazing.
Do you think they're going to be kind of like, remember Justin Timberlake? Where, like, all of a sudden he's just, like, in the sands
That's
everywhere?
what you remember about that Super Bowl halftime show?
There's a lot of things I remember.
the new one. The new one. Not like when not the old one. I'm talking about the new one. All right? I'm not talking about basically, you know what? You know who's probably excited about that? Adidas. So what they just did with their new sports bra line?
No,
They're not really showing off a lot of sports bras. That's what I'll say right now.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, we do remember the old Justin Timberlake. Can't keep my hands to myself. But another thing, the second most popular bet at plus 375 is the next episode. One of Dr. Dre's best.
This is indeed a very good pick. That's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
How do you? It's an iconic song. It's an iconic beginning.
I can't believe I'm gonna eat another one.
All of them. Eat them all.
Yeah. Johnny Chestnut, let's go.
Put
How
them
many,
down.
how many of those do you think you could eat in a minute?
Yeah, there you go. Atta boy.
You got some water there too. Why don't you soak it a little bit?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling right now. This is a little
Another
dry.
great prop bet. These are both from oddshark.com. Will Snoop Dogg smoke on stage?
It's at plus 300 right now.
Duh.
Dude, but if it's plus 300, like that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
$10
odds.
wins you $30.
Yeah.
You know, might just a little something down on that.
Will you
Yeah,
throw
you
a
know.
10-piece down on that?
I can do that. That's easy.
Yeah,
That's easy right there.
He's got to light up.
It's
It's California. It's pretty legal over there now, so you know why not?
My goodness.
well, that's just say, hey.
Well, that's what you can
Smoke
do
weed
now. It's
every
like
day.
if you don't have to wear a mask, you can either smoke or you can hold your breath. What if they just had LA Mayor Garcetti out there on stage just holding his breath for as long as possible?
He can hold his breath a long time. I bet he could rip a mad.
I mean, how do you? I guess you can smoke and hold your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a process. Trust the
I guess so. What we want to know though, what's your final score prediction?
You know what? I'm a fan of college football. So I like the high score game. So I'm going to say
You just like
56.
games where the defense.
Whoa! Coming out of the gun hot.
I'm going in hot, baby. 56. Let's say it's a nail biter. To 53.
Dude, the over under is going to be hit by one team. The over is just going to be hit. Because right now, the over under is 48.5. He says 56.
See, that's my mic drop moment. I'm done with y'all. I have no more hot dog to eat.
All right. Thanks
I am out.
Thanks for bringing the hot dogs. I appreciate it.
What's the highest?
56.
Now I'm taking these with me.
All right.
The highest
Yeah.
combined score is 75 in the Super Bowl. So Stephen Davis is predicting history here.
56 points on one
56,
side.
53. What is that? 109 combined points.
That's absolutely out of control.
Don't bet that. We opened this up by saying bet responsibly. That is not responsible. That is the absolute opposite of responsible.
I think going back to Brock, it was funny because obviously we were talking about Super Bowl MVP, and the last number one overall pick to win Super Bowl MVP was Eli Manning in 2004. And
He
then,
was the last number one overall pick to win it.
yeah, that was the last number one overall pick. And then now you got Stafford and Burrow. If any of them win, they're both number one picks. My goodness, look at who we have.
The guys
joining
that know a lot about football, is that right?
We
Big
pretend
football
to.
guys
You pretend
here.
to?
Yeah.
You look like Joe Burrow a little bit.
Hey, let's go.
You got the whole thing. You need the silver chain, yeah?
I don't make enough money
And
to
a Heisman
have that
trophy.
chain.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Kirk.
How we doing?
Sorry, Steven took the hot dogs. We had some hot dogs.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you a mustard guy?
I'm definitely a mustard on hot dog guy.
Like,
you
you
cannot
do.
put ketchup on hot dogs.
Thank
Oh,
you.
my.
Listen, I grew up in Chicago, okay? You get arrested for that. I'm not kidding.
Well, I don't
you
think
can
that's
shoot as many people as you want in Chicago, but if you put ketchup on a hot dog, it is a felony.
I can't. I might have to go out there and do that. Just run through the streets of Chicago and just like douse ketchup all over hot dogs.
Get arrested.
See if I can just. It would be like 1917. You know that scene where he's running and he's trying not to get shot.
Oh yeah. They did that whole movie in like two cuts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I love that. But hey, we're talking football, Charlie.
I know a
I've
little
heard,
bit about
I've heard,
football.
I've heard you're getting back into it just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just tolerating the slight wokeism. It's not as bad. It wasn't as bad this year.
But when you got
They did a
people
good
like
job.
Joey Burrow, you have to get back into the sport because he's incredible.
I'm a big Burrow fan. I loved him in college. He's terrific.
Incredible. Well, and so right now, Rams are the favorite to win. They're at home. They have a better defense, way better D-line than the Bengals have O-line. Do you have the Bengals taking this?
So who I want to win is the Bengals for sure. Look, I think Joe Burrow's like Kemba Walker, where it's like you just get like super hot and the whole team just starts to like play way better than they actually are. I mean, it's a phenomenon in sports. The question is it going to continue, right? And the bright lights could work either way. Like, I mean, look, the Rams are prone to stall, right? I mean, they just, the Bucs game, they just decided to stop playing football for like
a half.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, oh, by the way, we're like, we have to win the game.
There's the aura of Tom Brady, though. I feel like anytime a team has a big lead, for some reason, like he's got to put a trance on people where it's like, oh, you're comfortable.
That's exactly right.
Change it up. Go
28
go
it was like-
conservative
it was
with
like
the play
28
calling.
to 3 or something. Again.
Oh God,
So,
we
look-
have to bring that up.
Look, the Bengals offensive line are like they're like turnstiles at an event. It's just like, come on in, like do whatever you want. I think it's like the most sacks per snap ever in the history of NFL football.
It's kind of like the southern border, right? That's how.
yeah,
I
that's
see
right. I think that's exactly right. It's just come on in, whoever you want.
It's more of a symbolic border than anything.
I think that's exact. I mean, and Aaron Donald is like a freak of nature in more ways than one. But look, I mean, the Bengals have a magic, and you can't discount that in sports. I mean, in the NFL, you have a couple standout players that get paid a lot. Quarterbacks and defensive linemen get paid more than any other positions. Defensive back for a third, and there's a reason for that. Those are the game wreckers or the game makers. And then the rest of the positions, the rest of like the skill players, they're basically one-to-ones, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd put Chase up against OBJ any day. I know that's like heresy, but I think he's going to be a better football player. And I don't know if he's there yet, but it doesn't matter. The point is that it matters who's actually going to play better. And that's the issue, right? Is on paper, yeah, the Rams look like a much better team. They're at home, but there's a lot of pressure, right? I mean, you got like Leonardo DiCaprio there. Yeah. That's like a big deal, I guess. Or Gavin Newsom without a mask. So look, I like the Bengals to win, and I think they're going to get down early. I think they're going to get down like 14-3, and then I think Burrow's just going to scrap
right where he's comfortable, right?
Yeah, that's
down
exactly
a couple
right.
scores.
Joe Cool, right?
You think it's going to be like the AFC Championship game then, where
Well,
it's
that was even more insane.
that was nuts. I mean, they went
Mahomes
down.
just like went to Cabo and came back. I was like, oh, we're still playing football.
He had like a 94 QBR in the first half, and then like a 1.4 in the second half.
Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
really
Like,
1.4?
It
was awful.
It's almost like you should have just thrown Blake Bortles out there for the second
Yeah,
half.
I looked like
that's
they
not
threw
gonna
his
happen.
brother out there.
We're not bringing Blake Bortles back.
One thing we've been talking about
Got
is
Jags fans throwing stuff at us.
Jags fans. We were praying for you people.
That was one of the most amazing games. Brady Jags. What was that? 4 or 5 years ago. It was one of those.
Oh, and Jags were up by 2 scores
they
going
got
into
robbed.
the fourth.
That's a typical Brady deal.
We've been
Yeah.
talking about some prop bets though, Charlie. Is we were asking Stephen Davis what he thought about the halftime show. It's like there's prop bets for the first song that's gonna get sung. Will Snoop Dogg smoke on stage? Like there's some wonky bets.
Show me some of the bets. What do you got, Brian?
Well, so one of my favorite is who is the first person that the Super Bowl MVP is going to thank in their acceptance speech. And you've got the city and the fans at plus 325. You've got God at 370, his family at 690, and the coaches at 1200.
Well, it depends who wins the Super Bowl. If it's
exactly.
Cooper Kupp, God, I think is going to come right out
yeah.
of the gate, right? If it's
I don't know, his wife, though, who she supported him while he was trying to still make it as a college player, it was his fiance that supported him and got him. He almost quit.
Yeah,
But she said, keep playing.
He
And
was
she
an
supported him.
FCS player, right? Probably the best FCS player. It was Eastern Washington?
Eastern
or-
Washington.
Yeah, he's best FCS player probably ever.
Yeah.
That says something. Randy Moss. No, it was not Randy Moss. It was one of those other, either Terrell Owens or somebody was an FCS player or something. Tyreek Hill was FCS too. He played for like Western Alabama Community College or something.
Yeah, he
got
had
kicked
some
out of-
Well,
He
I
had some
think we
off-field
know why
issues.
that's the
He
case.
had some character issues.
Couple flaws.
Oklahoma State University
Yeah.
or something with Gundy. But he is a man. He's no longer 40. But
Actually, I think Jerry Rice. Was
No, that's
FC.
right. Yeah,
it was Jerry Rice.
It was
That's
one
right.
of those
I just
guys,
looked
yeah.
it up. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's
no,
who it is.
Moss went to Marshall or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. That's almost FCS, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah, back then they were taken a little more seriously, but yeah, I
Brian
can't remember.
Leftwich went to Marshall too. One of the great college football games ever. Remember Brian Leftwich?
Oh yeah, he's
the
he's
offensive
on
coordinator for the Buccaneers.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, he's a stud. So yeah, I like Joe Burrow. I think he's going to win. I think it's all attitude at this level. I think that's why Brady wins so much. It gets to the point where you kind of get into a headlock of talent, right? Where it's like, okay, we all run 4-2-9s. Like, we all know kind of each other's playbook. There's so much pressure, and it's going to come down to who is cool as ice. And I hate to say it, it's not Matthew Stafford. It's not. Like, Matthew Stafford has the skill set, but he hasn't exactly been known for tight spaces and tight times, right? So I think Matthew Stafford throws a pick in the fourth quarter, and Joe Burrow goes down and wins the game.
Man, that would be tough. That would be like basically what, like week 7 through 12, Matthew Stafford? Because he had a hot start. I think after week 6, I forget who, I think I said it was going to be Titans-Rams Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that's what I was saying in week 6. But I don't know. Matt Stafford's been rolling. And I feel like he's just got that.
Super Bowls are weird things, man. They're tricky.
Especially when Sean McVay is coaching. You remember the last time they were in the Super Bowl?
Bodybuilder that calls himself a football coach?
Yeah, I mean, well, Matthew Stafford, a lot of people don't mention this. He led the league this season in interceptions. The guy's great, don't get me wrong, but when it comes down to it, pedal to the metal, he's going to make some mistakes. And that's why I lean with Charlie here. I think he's going to screw up, and I do not expect Joe Burrow to screw up.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Burrow's not infallible, but he's playing at a level that we've all seen what that looks like, right? That's why I use like the Kemba Walker thing, where I think UConn was like an 8 seed. And in March Madness, it was like 2015 or 16, or like 14. You remember that, where they just ran the table, and that's why in March Madness or in college football to a lesser extent, because there's so much preferences on the regular season, but these tournament styles, it's just the hot hand, it's the hot team. So yeah, I mean, but look, the X factor is whether or not the Bengals are going to actually field an offensive line, right? That's going to be the X factor. So,
but they've also proven, I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier, they can win while Joey B gets sacked. Like, there was 9 sacks
against the Titans
in that Titans
Unreal.
game. Obviously, you had Ryan Tannehill, quarterback, and I think
he's an
out of the field. Out of the entire field, he was the worst quarterback in the playoffs, in my opinion. Some people like saying Jimmy G, but Jimmy G found a way to win games. He didn't. I will say
defend
that.
Jimmy G. Okay.
I will always defend Jimmy G as well. Another one we have for you: coin toss. It's going to be heads or tails. Because get this, tails has hit 53% of the time in the past 55 games.
Well, that's kind of weird. I mean, that's strange.
I don't know if that sways you at all, Charlie.
I mean, but okay, that's a total lot. Just so we understand, okay. I had some rocket scientist. I use it, really sarcastically with me once in Vegas, and he's like, "Oh, the last 9 times it was red on roulette. The next one's gonna be black." I'm like, "Do you think the ball knows the last 9 times? Every time it's an independent 50-50 chance." He's like, "Oh no, I've never seen it 10 in a row." It doesn't matter. Each one's it's an individual thing. It has no bearing on the prior one. It's not like, oh, the coin's gonna try to even it out now. No, it's a 50-50 chance every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's when you know you've met a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, that's right.
Some guy that's literally just been smoking in there for the past 35 years.
And the next one was the 10th. It's like, it just doesn't. That's not the way the laws of nature work. So who do I think is going to win the coin toss? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, better than that. Obviously, what a lot of bettors love to focus on is the first touchdown score.
That's right.
Yep.
Who do you
I think the Rams could probably score first.
Okay, so obviously the odds-on favorite then would be Cooper Kupp. Do you think anybody else, an OBJ or maybe Cam Akers, the running back?
Yeah, or maybe like a Matthew Stafford sneak. I mean, something like bizarre like that. Look, I think the Super Bowl is going to have some unexpected stuff. You might see a safety, you might see a pick six. But you got 2 teams that, one that is a showy team, which is the Rams. They do all these weird, goofy trick plays at times.
Yeah.
And then you got the Bengals that they're going to come out with reckless abandon, right? And the Bengals will win the game if they come out as if this is like an AFC play-in game. They will lose if all of a sudden they're like trying to manage the game, or they're super careful. And because in the Super Bowl, look, this is why Brady won so many. He also lost a few. It's the team that plays looser that usually wins, right? Super Bowls are rarely ever blowouts. They're rarely. They come down to third or fourth quarter, and we thought the Falcons-Patriots were going to be a blowout, and it kind of tightened up, right?
Still lose sleep over that.
Yeah, and look, you have to realize the Super Bowls it's one of the longest football games. It's like a 5.5-hour thing, right?
Gosh.
And so someone who can really slow the game down like Joe Burrow, that's why when I saw Joe Burrow play at LSU, I turned to my dad. I'm like, that's Tom Brady. Like it is the best quarterback I've ever seen. And the game becomes slower as the game progresses, right? With Matthew Stafford, I'm not so confident. And I'm not trying to bash him. He could win. I mean, he has such talent at his disposal. But yeah, I mean, so first score, I mean, I think the Rams are going to come off to a really quick start.
Okay. Well, and you mentioned like, yeah, we've seen some goofy stuff. Rams like to play a lot of trick plays. And that made me think right now it's plus 1,400 for any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown pass. And what it makes me
Philly
think
special?
is Philly special style. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
OBJ has 2 touchdown passes in his career. That's what I'm going to throw a little money on that because I fully believe a Philly special type thing will happen where OBJ is going to be throwing the ball.
Yeah, or Jamar Chase or something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I think the Rams, like, they feel comfortable in their house. That's why I think I'd give
That's
them a
pretty
little bit
impressive
more of an
stadium
edge.
too, by the way.
Wow,
Is-
gosh, it's beautiful.
It's SoFi is incredible.
Have you
I got,
been there?
I got to go a couple times
Wow.
this season. It's crazy they let me in, right?
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful stadium because a couple of my buddies actually are on the team. JJ Koski's on. He got elevated from the practice squad, and then my long snapper in college just had him on the podcast. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you do that. Matt Orzek, he was my long snapper at Azusa Pacific. So, I mean,
So you're
I think-
torn here. I mean, I know you love Joey B, but you got some buddies on the team.
got some buddies on the team, and I think they just feel good. You talk about the team that's gonna be looser. Like, how can you not feel loose when you are gonna be at your home stadium?
I think of it opposite. I think it's a
Same.
lot of pressure. It's a lot of friends and family. It's going to be 90% Rams fans. And if like things start going not so well, that place will be silent, man. And that's pressure. The thing is, and it works, I think, opposite. This is why so many road teams win in NFL playoff games, is like when you start not doing so well, that silence is harder to deal with than the noise at Arrowhead. Because you're like, everyone's like, all right, come on. You're like, come on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they want to cheer, but they can't. So I don't know. And plus, they're going to have all this. Like, here's the thing: is like how mentally disciplined will Stafford and all them be? They got the celebrity culture. They got every star is going to be there. They're going to have like the LA Laker feel, right?
Yeah.
They're like Jack Nicklaus, like standing up and complaining at halftime, right? I don't know. I think that the bank from Cincinnati of all places, right? They haven't been in a Super Bowl since Boomer Esiason.
Yep. And they're also playing for Harambe. So that's what we're being told.
Was
So
Harambe killed at the Cincinnati Zoo?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, I mean, you talking about, like I said,
have
there's a
no
little bit of
idea.
an edge for the Rams. When the linebacker for the Bengals went on Part of My Take, he did say they're playing for Harambe. So it's tough.
How was the
Got that
Super
extra
Bowl
edge.
press day? I didn't see much come out of it. They still do that where they ask them all those wild questions.
Yeah, I thought it was like.
Are they cooling it down a little bit?
They are.
It used to be super aggressive.
Well, and they've taken it really from one day, and it's kind of spread out over the whole week to
okay.
maximize airtime.
It was such a circus, though.
Mhm.
It used to be awesome. Like they'd
Yeah.
ask them about everything. I guess not so much.
That's why
anymore.
I think if we go back to the Brady conversation, where he always did such a great job in those, like that viral video talking about how much he loved his dad and how much his dad meant to him, like to get to this point. There was like a little like kid reporter that asked him that, like, who's your role model? Like little things like that. We didn't see that this year, but it was
I didn't see
all
many
about like
clips
Joe
coming out of
Burrow, like you gonna wear a fur coat when you show up, or it's like
Yeah, his star is looming over everybody at this point. It's almost darkening the light on everybody else's because he's the fastest rising superstar I think I've ever seen. In
Yeah,
the sport.
I haven't been watching the media coverage. That's interesting. But yeah, I think Joe can handle it. I mean, look, what he did at LSU was unbelievable. I mean, they ran the table. He won the Heisman, and they didn't just win that national championship. They destroyed Clemson. Like it was a highway robbery. The game was over by the third quarter. Right?
Trevor Lawrence has never recovered. Clearly,
Yeah,
from getting destroyed.
I think Trevor's got to get a haircut, and he's got to get a new quarterback coach. He has the raw talent.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's plays for the Jaguars, though. I mean, come on.
So Charlie, where are you gonna be watching the game? Like what's going down? What do you have?
Undisclosed
what's on
location.
What's on the?
Yeah,
food
it's an
platter?
undisclosed location. It won't be in Central Scottsdale because they have the Satan conference going on. It's kind of
Oh.
weird.
You're not gonna invite any of them over.
No, it's kind of be weird. So I don't want to leave the house. I don't get hexed. So I'm just gonna kind of watch it at home at an undisclosed location. And I love the Super Bowl. I always have. I actually love the commercials. I love the over-the-top drama. I'm gonna be boycotting the halftime show because I can't stand all those numbskulls. And then, but no, I love. It's like so uniquely American, which is what I love about it.
Yeah.
And like the whole world watches because it's kind of like a spectacle, kind of like how we justify watching curling. right? Which is like a bunch of janitors, floating marbles across ice, which we otherwise wouldn't do, right?
Yeah.
So, but I love the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
You're going to be at a Super Bowl party, right?
What's that?
You're going to be at a Super Bowl party,
I'm
right?
going to be at a Super Bowl party. I'm going to be hanging out with Harrison Butker and a few other guys from the Chiefs out in New York, actually.
So I'm not a Super Bowl party guy because then I have to explain football to other people, and it's just I don't have time for this. I'm watching the game. Okay?
That's why you got to be exclusively inviting people, where it's just please tell me what your sports knowledge is.
That's right. What's your sports IQ?
You got to take a survey first, so I actually know I can invite you to this thing.
And then it's yeah, sure, you can bring a +1, but if that other person you bring,
keep the talking to Olympic, right?
If you have questions, go outside and ask.
That's right.
Okay,
ask Siri. Right?
Yeah.
What is a field goal?
How many points is a touch goal?
What's the final score going to be, Charlie?
So you want my over/under, or do you want?
Well, right now the over/under is 48.5.
So look, if you want my prediction of how the flow of the game is, again, I could be so wrong with this. I think it's going to be a flashy start. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
for the Rams?
Yeah, and then I think it's going to slow down. I think the game's going to slow down. Super Bowls have a tendency to do this. My prediction is 31-28 Bengals.
Ooh. Close game. It kind of almost seems like that could be a field goal. Maybe McPherson is the one who closes it out again. What a rookie year he's had.
At what he said, hey, we're going to go to the...
Looks like we're going to the AFC Championship.
I would love to hear him say, well, looks like we're going to Disneyland right before he gets...
They got to mic that guy up, right?
Yeah, they got to mic him up.
Yeah, that would be absolutely amazing. Another guy that has a great faith, too. So, for some reason, he boots 5 field goals, so he could be the MVP, and he'll bring up God first, probably.
If they're booting 5 field goals, I don't think
field
Bengals
goal
are going
kicker
to
is
win.
Matt Gay.
Oh, for the Rams? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. Not bad. He's
Matt
a good
Gay's
kicker,
middle of the
but
pack.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, expect a lot of field goals. That's the Super Bowls usually have a lot of field goals because again, players get really tight in the Super Bowl. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
You have players that play super well, and all of a sudden they just kind of slow down and they just kind of choke a little bit. So I think that benefits the Bengals.
Dude, that's why I think it's probably a good call when you say there's so much pressure on the Rams. It's been their all-in year. They got Matt Stafford. Yep. He's never been here before. He just got stuck in Detroit. I do agree there's extra pressure there. Someone like Aaron Donald, he definitely wants to be He's
Super
Bowl
Bowl
champion,
right?
Never been a Super Bowl champion.
Ndamukong Suh, right?
No, Sue was on the Bucks. He was there last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. They have another really good defensive lineman, though, if I'm not mistaken.
They traded for Von Miller.
Who was a Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah. He was the one who beat Cam Newton.
Wow. Yeah.
Destroyed him.
Sure. That was Peyton's last game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and they got Jalen Ramsey, who a lot of people, tagged Ramsey as the best corner in football. I think he's a little overrated, though, because he gets really in his head. He likes to talk a lot of crap with people, and then you end up seeing him get burnt by guys. So they've talked about Jalen Ramsey might be on Jamar Chase basically the whole game. I'm calling Jamar. I think Jamar is going to cook him.
Jamar is going to be one of the best receivers in the NFL. I mean, the fact they reestablished that duo from college is one of the coolest stories.
Yeah, great. And he just won rookie offensive player of the year.
He deserves it. I mean,
I mean, the guy's incredible. That's why I think there's going to be times where Jalen Ramsey gets the best of him. But I think overall, Jamar Chase is going to take the cake. But just think about who those backup receivers are, though. Obviously, you got a great tight end over there in Cincinnati. T. Higgins going to be able to do his thing. But they just don't have as many weapons on the outside as the Rams do, because they're going to probably try to make sure that safety over the top is taking care of Cooper Kupp. That's why I think it's going to leave some openings for OBJ. That's why I say OBJ, if we're talking about anytime touchdown scorer, I am easily putting money down.
So X Factor, Hubbard. Keep an eye on him. I'm telling you.
I like him a lot.
I loved him in college. That guy's a stud.
Yep.
He's going to have a big game. I'm telling you. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's an Ohio State guy, so he's playing for.
That's what I love. You got all these Ohio guys.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's like they're all playing for the home team that has been awful for years. I mean, if you're cheering against the Bengals, it's like you're either like Matthew Stafford's wife or there's something really wrong with you. It's like the greatest story ever. It's freaking Cincinnati, okay?
Yeah. And everybody hates LA. You know what? If
I
you're
know,
not from
seriously,
LA,
I know.
everybody hates him.
But also, too, there's an aspect of you want to root for both these guys at quarterback.
Stafford's a likable guy. I get
he's
that.
a very likable guy, and he's easily one of the toughest quarterbacks.
I think he's a good guy. I agree with you.
So, I mean, there's so many. That's what I love about this Super Bowl. I just who's the villain? Right now, what, Jalen Ramsey's just the only villain?
Probably Jalen Ramsey.
But in general, he's just like second fiddle to everybody else that's there.
But also, like, the city of LA is always a villain. They're showy, they're flashy.
I know.
I think back to the Showtime Lakers, and it's like, yeah, they are better than you, or the USC Trojans when they were just incredible.
Pete Carroll,
with
yeah.
Pete Carroll. Like
Reggie
they have
Bush, Matt
been
Leinart.
so good for so long that they have crushed so many smaller market teams that you have people around the country that just go, no, screw LA.
I know.
Go Bengals.
It literally is the small town versus the big town.
Mhm.
It is.
I would love to see the people of St. Louis right now. Like, are they just like all going hard for the Bengals right now? Do they just
They got so burned, man.
Yeah. I mean, San Diego got burned too. Just think about those two teams.
The
But
whole
there,
thing's
it's absolutely
bizarre.
unbelievable.
Justin Herbert, keep your eye on him. He's a Burrow in the making. If he gets the pieces, just watch out.
Yep.
He's my guy. I really wanted to get a Herbert jersey. I got to see that overtime game between the Chiefs and the
Chiefs?
Chargers.
Chiefs and Chargers?
Yeah, that was like week 15 or something.
No,
I think I was there.
The Raiders-Chargers game was the most unbelievable football game I've ever seen.
Should have ended in a tie.
No, it was one of the poorest. That coach should be excommunicated. But I think Herbert converted like 4 fourth down and 11s.
The guy doesn't believe in punting or kicking field goals, apparently.
Well, and it's also like, oh yeah, they're signaling they're going to tie. Let's call a timeout. It was like, really? It was unbelievable. And the fact that we were robbed of a Justin Herbert playoff,
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
not right.
But that's classic Chargers. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They blow it. But hey, we don't want to keep you too long too. I know you're a busy man.
Go Burrow.
One more thing I want to know from you is national anthem.
What about it? Are they going to televise it? They have to, right?
They're gonna definitely televise it. I don't expect any knees at all. We haven't seen any prop bets about that. I don't think that's gonna happen. But the average time for a national anthem is around 1:55.
Who's singing?
Mickey Guyton, so
No idea who that is.
country artist. So it's only been completed, the national anthem, under 95 seconds twice in the last 15 years.
But apparently, so this
I haven't given much
Over
thought
under
to this
is
topic,
97.5 seconds.
Yeah, the thing about this lady is that
They
so
really
she
bet
is.
on this stuff?
Oh, yeah.
They go crazy for it. And
You probably
she
said
has-
that degenerate gambler you talked
Oh,
to.
yeah, exactly.
You'd probably be like, I'm all in on this.
But apparently, she's a speed singer. She has at major events, she's sung the national anthem twice, and in both times, she's done it in under 90 seconds. Like Alicia Keys, when she sang at the Super Bowl, hers was over 2 minutes. Like I don't know how you sing it in less than 90 seconds. I don't know.
They did a 2-minute drill with her.
I think she's going to go longer. It's a Super Bowl. Lean into it. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, putting money on that. I love it. It's gonna be a lot of fun though. That's all I know. I think I'm glad that you're getting into football a little bit
Yeah,
more, and then like
reluctantly.
it's just like dabbling in it because
That
it's
little
okay.
dabble.
Because
Yeah.
it feels good to be able to like get excited about the Super Bowl, get excited about sports
know.
a little bit again. Obviously, there's still
I'm
a
not
lot
there
of-
with the NBA yet.
Oh yeah.
No.
I mean, I think that's gonna take a long time. Like if ever, who knows?
Yeah.
So I love that the NFL has like done a little bit to get that wokeness out.
I
It's
agree.
obviously still there. We got to figure out a way to get that out. But I hope that you just focus on the game, because last year there was a lot of nonsense in that pregame show. It was
you're
all
gonna
about
get-
what's the color of the coaches, what's the color and gender of the refs. I hope we don't hear that, because it's a great matchup.
I agree.
That's all we need
Nah,
to focus on.
I'm telling you, the commercials are where they're really going to get you. I am betting we're going to see at least 5 really woke commercials. I just
Over,
call
under,
it.
5.
Oh yeah, over's 4.5, 5.5.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you're right.
taking the over.
They're also calling this a crypto bull. They're saying there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrency commercials. There's going to be a ton. I know New York Times came out with an article. I don't know how much I trust those at times,
Yeah.
but at least from what we're hearing, there's going to be a lot of crypto.
Well, any
commercials.
commercial with Matt Damon immediately counts as a woke commercial too,
Yeah,
so that only
exactly.
helps my cause.
Future. The future.
It would be
favors the
nice if
bold.
they had-
If I have to see that commercial one more time,
Seriously.
and I throw a helmet through my screen. As the Romans used to say. Line. I got to go.
All right,
Great
Charlie.
to have
Thanks
you
so
here,
much for
Charlie.
joining us.
All right,
There we go. Charlie Kirk, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Oh man, what a guy.
Absolute legend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind watching the Super Bowl with Charlie at some point. Charlie, I'm coming over next year. All right, I'm inviting myself over. Tell the wife. And then also, too, we have our producer back here. This is when you know you're doing a real live show here. He's yelling at me. He's doing all these. Am I rounding third right now? Is that what we're doing?
Man on the street stuff.
I'm just totally kidding. I'm giving producer Angelo a hard time back there. It's great. Also, a huge shout out to everybody behind the scenes too. You guys are amazing. Anthony, Angelo, Dom, Josh, everybody that joined us. Something that's really fun too. We wanted to know not only what people on the set wanted to think about the Super Bowl, who's going to win, what's going down. We asked people around the office. Check out this video. Hey, yo, welcome to Turning Point USA HQ. We got to ask my coworkers what they think about the Super Bowl, who's going to win, and so much more. Let's go. Excuse me. All right, take those headphones off. It's work time's over. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
The Rams, easily.
Why?
They're the better team. Cincinnati's young.
What analysis. This is incredible.
Got the Rams big.
All right, who's going to be the Super Bowl MVP?
Aaron Donald.
Ooh, my goodness.
Pittsburgh native.
Wow, what a guy. Who's your team?
Oh, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yikes.
Go Birds.
What do you think about the commercials? Do you think they're going to be good?
I don't know. I paid more attention to the game, so yeah. I hope they're good.
Big sports guy here. Thanks. Important things here. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
You're asking the wrong person about sports, man. You know what? I will say, which is the mascot that, like, in the wild?
Too long. LA's going to win. Thanks, Marcus. Hey, guys, really important stuff right here. They're on a call. Okay, Rams or Bengals? Bengals. Perfect. Good luck with the call. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Oh, Bengals, dude. Shooter McPherson all day.
That's not even a player.
Shooter McPherson?
It's Evan McPherson.
No, it's Shooter now.
This guy clearly doesn't know football at all. Who's going to be the Super Bowl MVP?
Gotta go Joey Burr. Joey Burr all day.
Are you just making up guys' names? Because Shooter McPherson is not real. His name is
Joey Burr. Then maybe you don't know football.
His name is Joe Burrow.
Joey Burr.
Still doesn't understand what's going on here. What's the final score going to be?
28-17 Bengals. I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Who's going to have the better commercial, Hanes or Doritos?
Oh, Haynes. Yeah.
Weird underwear guy here. Hey, ladies. All right, Super Bowl. Who's going to win?
I literally have no clue.
It's between LA and Cincinnati.
LA.
LA or Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
LA or Cincinnati?
Bengals because of Joe Burrow, go Louisiana.
Oh my gosh, Burrow. Here we go. Kelsey. Enough work. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Who's even in the Super Bowl this year?
It's the Rams against the Bengals. My goodness.
Who's Joey? Joey?
Joey can't win. It's a team that wins, Kelsey.
I choose the Rams.
So if you're going to choose between these two animals, the Rams and a Bengal tiger, who would you say would win in the wild?
Maybe the Tiger?
So you're going to go with the Bengals. I'm helping you out here.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that.
Miranda, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Bengals with Joe Shiesty.
Ooh, Lily, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I don't know who's playing.
It's the Rams and the Bengals.
She said Bengals, so Bengals.
Oh my gosh, just a follower here. Troy, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Bengals or Rams?
Bengals is a tiger, right?
Yes, sir.
They'll eat the Rams.
Oh my gosh, not just beat them, they're going to eat them. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Who's playing the Super Bowl?
Oh my gosh, you're done. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
The Rams!
All right, the Rams. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Rams.
Up. All right, who's winning the Super Bowl?
Snoop Dogg.
Halftime show actually is going to be kind of fuego. Here we go. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Absolutely the Rams, for sure.
Why absolutely?
Because California ties.
You really like, oh, okay, I'm done. Viola. Well, clearly the office is split. Nobody knows if it's going to be the Rams or the Bengals. We want to hear what you have to say. Who's going to win? Put it in the comments below. Thanks. All right, well, there you have it. That was... All right.
Spicy takes.
For people that were wondering, I was wearing women's sunglasses in that reel that you just saw, that little video. I went upstairs and Kira from the department that shall not be named said, hey, I got some of these glasses. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. So roast me in the comments. Do whatever you're going to do. Whatever. I think we need to get back to the national anthem. Over under, what are you taking here? Because once again, the over under, bookies.com projects 97.5 seconds.
Yeah, look, I'm actually going to take the under because she has a track record, and I do believe she will go longer than her regular track record. But, I'm a stats guy. I'm a data analytics person down to my core. So, she's coming at under 90 seconds twice. I think you're padding her 7 seconds there.
Yeah, so
I'm going under.
So she sang the anthem in 86 seconds back at the 2021 National Memorial Day concert. Remember that? That was out at DC and everything. So, and that's a huge event too. Don't forget that. There's a lot of fanfare and everything. So I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under 97.
Ooh, we actually agree on something.
Yeah, we actually agree. A lot of the time we try not to, but with you looking dapper like this, I'm like, all right, I'll be Team Bryan one time. Come on. Is there any other crazy bets that are going on here too? Like anything that we're really missing? Gatorade. Gatorade
yes.
color. Something I know we didn't get into with Charlie or some other guests. So right now, plus 250 odds, according to bookies.com, it's going to be orange. Obviously, that's the Bengals colors. But that's why I think here, I'm just going to go blue just because I think the Rams are going to win.
Yeah, over the last 10 years, orange and blue have hit the most. And so I kind of had a similar feeling on it'll be the color of the team that wins. So I'm taking orange because I believe in the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think those players will have the foresight to go, let's grab orange because that's our go Tigers,
Because I couldn't imagine them over there at the Rams sideline where it's just you got the team just like, all right, let's put the orange powder in there. No, that's like bad juju. So I think the fact that it's the favorite is orange it's still pretty good odds. I'm going to put it on blue, cash that out, and then maybe get a nice blazer like you have on. I'll be able to afford one.
Well, and purple's at plus 1,100 or something like that, which I think is an absolute crime because grape Gatorade's my favorite Gatorade. So, but it never happens. They never do purple.
Another one too is I love some of the Super Bowl specials.
They're great.
So like Pat McAfee, he's had some amazing specials on FanDuel over this entire season. I know for us on Breakaway, we've given you the betting odds for stuff, times where our parlays just did not hit, times where people like Aaron Rodgers did not help us out whatsoever. I had such a big parlay in that divisional round, and it just
missed it by one, right?
Just missed it by one. I feel like I'm the king of that at times, but also I did put a little money down on the Bengals making it to the Super Bowl and winning. So they find it. I'm going to get a nice little payday. One thing I like about the Super Bowl special, though, is plus 100, Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp to combine for 200-plus receiving yards. Are they just giving out free money?
Could be. I think with that one, what they believe is that Vegas is sitting there going, we think that Jalen Ramsey is going to contain Jamar Chase a little bit. And like I said, I already believe that I think Jamar Chase, at this stage of both of their careers, I think Jamar's got the edge. So I love that bet because it does feel like free money. Vegas is betting on Jalen Ramsey getting the better of him. I don't think it's going to happen.
Some more good ones, too. It's the first pass for Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow. If it's going to be complete, it's minus 225. Incomplete, plus 180.
Well, I like complete for both of them because with both of those teams, what they like to do early on is these short, very, very quick passes. Now,
I'm going incomplete for Joe Burrow. I think he's going to get pressured right off the bat. I think it's going to be one of those where it might have to be a scramble and a throwaway.
But I think Zach Taylor's going to get a game plan for that. They know that they're going to bring the house probably right off the gate. And so I'm expecting it to be like a little 3-yard turnaround quick to T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd, not to Jamar. And that's why I'm going complete. What is that, plus 225?
So right now it's plus 180 for incomplete or intercepted for Matt Stafford, and it's the same thing for Joe Burrow.
Okay, yeah. No, I actually am going to go complete on both of them.
And I think now we get to this point where it's like, all right, who's going to be winning the football game? Like, who's going to be winning it, and what's the score going to be for me? I've said Rams. You've seen that throughout the entire show here. But I think it's going to be 27-24 Rams.
Okay. Look, my belief is this. If you're going to beat the Bengals, you have to at least put up 30 points. At least. Because Joe Burrow will find a way to, if you're only putting up exactly 21, 24 points, Joe Burrow will find a way to go and get in front of that score. Beat that. So I believe, as I have been thoroughly convinced the Bengals all postseason were going to win the Super Bowl. 33-27 Bengals.
Wow. And then I know we were talking about this yesterday. There's a thing called, I don't know if anyone's heard of scoregami. Scoregami
Great.
is, I think it's scoregami.com. There's also, they're on Twitter. And right now, I think it's minus 200 to have a score that's never happened before.
Minus 200.
Or no,
It'd
plus
definitely be
200.
plus.
I mean, plus 200 right now. So it's pretty crazy. I've never heard of that before, where it's like they actually give this whole breakdown of like what's the scores that's never happened before.
Yeah, to get to a scoregami, what you need is something really weird to happen. Okay, so you're going to need either like a safety, or you're going to need multiple 2-point conversions. Something weird is going to happen. Now, like Charlie said just a minute ago, Super Bowls are always weird. So like if there's going to be a scoregami, I would almost expect it more to be in a Super Bowl than to be in just a regular game, because Super Bowls are weird. They break out trick plays. They do what they have to do to win. However, I'm not betting on there being a scoregami. I would bet no.
I don't think so either. I think it's going to be one of those where they're going to have trouble getting in the end zone at times. Like there's going to be some big plays. I think the Bengals are going to give up some big plays.
Absolutely.
I think there's going to be times like if there was just a random prop bet for OBJ to have a touchdown, it's like over 35 yards, I'm cashing that in.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the keys to the games if we start getting into that. Once again, too, it's just like I think obviously Aaron Donald, he's going to be leading that defense. I'm glad that they have Von Miller there too, because he's a Super Bowl MVP. He's going to tell them what this is like.
Been there before.
And he's going to help lead that defense, but I think he's given that leadership role definitely over to. He's got more of a mentorship role. Aaron Donald's got that leadership role fully, where it's like people are going to look to him. I think he's going to be an absolute beast. But once again, this is coming down to Sean McVay. Mm-hmm. Sean McVay is 100% my key to this game for the Rams, because he's got to know how to adapt.
Yeah. Well, I completely agree. Sean McVay got just embarrassed when he tried coaching against Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl. And remember, I'm a big believer of losses mean more to these competitors than wins. He is not going to show up unprepared again. And he knows Zach Taylor. They know each other. They coached together for a little bit. Zach Taylor was former quarterbacks coach with the Rams after Sean McVay was made head coach there. So they know each other. They're going to be playing off of each other's strengths and weaknesses. That's why I absolutely believe, the teacher to the student probably is going to have the edge there. So talking about free money though, and talking about how they're aggressive. Joe Burrow, this is a prop bet I really like. Joe Burrow or Matt Stafford to throw a 50+ yard touchdown is at plus 200. With the way that these teams like to take moonshots, I feel like that's a no-brainer to put some money on that, right?
I just feel like it's got better odds that the Rams are going to throw one over 50 yards than the Bengals will.
Well, and that's why it's great, because it's either or.
Yeah, so that's
it
why I
matter
think
who does it.
That's why I like this a lot, because it's coming back to it. Just look at the weapons that the Rams have, and like adding OBJ has been massive. That guy looks like the old OBJ.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And then your Cooper Kupp, who is just named the Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL, is just doing record-breaking stuff.
And we haven't even mentioned Van Jefferson, who's got wheels on him.
Do you think, they were saying with his dad's fantasy football group, they're not allowing him to get his son anymore?
Oh, that's
hilarious. He can't
hilarious.
draft him. I'm sure they're trying to do that now too. Like FanDuel, they're trying to figure out who Cooper Kupp's dad is. Like, you're not allowed to put all these bets. Like that's not allowed. But that's why I think you're gonna have someone like OBJ that's gonna be able to find a streak, find a hole, something like that, and he's gonna be able to break one off a little bit. Don't forget to Robert Woods. I think he was so influential for this Rams team, and obviously he got hurt. They've been missing him a lot, and for someone like him, he was the narrator for one of their hype videos this last week. And, they're playing for him as well. Is Higbee still out?
I believe Higbee will still be out.
And then Bland,
is Uzoma coming back?
Bland came right in and looked pretty good. So I'm not sure about Higbee. That could be huge. He's a huge part of that offense as well. But I mean, they're going to be using the running backs out of the backfield too. It's going to be a fun game. I'm just excited, and I hope that there's a lot of just football. That's all I want. That's what I wanted in last year's Super Bowl, because last year's Super Bowl, that's what bummed me out. Like, there might have to be a point where you mute the pregame show. If they get into a bunch of nonsense, because last year, think about it, it was Tom Brady, the GOAT. See what's going to happen there in their home stadium, playing against the guy that wants to be the next GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. And there was not enough talk about that. So I'm glad that there seems to be a little bit more conversation about these two quarterbacks, two number one picks, two guys that are easily people you can root for. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to eat a lot of food, probably have a couple adult beverages. I'm not going to cuss like Brock Belcher did when he just jumped on this show. But I'm going to have a good time. I'm excited.
Well, so I want to hear, what is your go-to Super Bowl like snack food? Like, what do you have to have there?
Dude, I slam chips and guac. I swear on my life, I eat an ungodly amount of chips. And that's what I do at restaurants too. You know, I hate when I go to those like Mexican restaurants and it's just like, man, I'm so hungry. I want like a fat burrito. And then I realize I just ate 13 bowls of chips before I even got it. And I'm
Filling
like,
up on chips and salsa.
all right, yeah, can I get a to-go box? Sir, you haven't even eaten your burrito. Yeah, thanks for the chips. Can I get a to-go box? Thanks. So I slam chips and guac quite a bit. And then I will have some Truly lemonades. It will be a good time.
Let's go. Me, myself, I'm a wings man. You know, I need there to be some buffalo wings, maybe some barbecue wings, but I'm a little more of a spicy guy. So I need some wings. That's my absolute, bar none, must happen wings.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be a great time. We appreciate you guys tuning in too. Brian, you look absolutely fantastic today. I'm glad that I got to borrow these sunglasses. Shout out to producer Braden from the TPUSA Live team. Maybe if I win my bets, I'll be able to afford some of these. We'll see. But it's been a great time. Thanks to everybody that joined us here on sets. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Rams. Go Harambe. Go team.
Go Bengals.
See you guys.